The next speaker is Dr. Abby Beneke. Her dissertation talk title is The Politics and Practice of School Discipline Reform.
Thanks, Michael. So with growing awareness of what has been called the school to prison pipeline, schools across the country have adopted alternatives to zero tolerance school discipline, ranging from social emotional learning to positive behavioral interventions and supports to restorative justice. And I wanted to know how these approaches with quite different roots had been proposed as a solution to zero tolerance discipline, with attention to the sociocultural and political economic forces that have shaped the landscape of school discipline reform. I also wanted to know how teachers and other school-based educators made sense of the multiple, sometimes conflicting pressures they were under in practice, and beyond their sense making, what that actually looked like in practice. So paying attention to their enactment. I used a comparative case study design developed by Leslie Bartlett and Francis Fabris to trace school discipline reform across 3 schools and using ethnographic methods. I used 3 complementary perspectives for my theoretical framework: policy as practice, racial capitalism, and care theory. And my findings demonstrate that educators struggled to make discipline reform coherent amidst administrative turnover and conflicting reform directives. And my analysis shows that teachers generally tried to integrate reform mandates aimed at addressing racially disproportionate discipline, but in doing so, they enacted what I call neoliberal care, which is a concept I advance in the dissertation to describe how the state and the market have reinforced the contradictory positions of white women teachers. And this strategy privileges white and non-disabled students while harming students of color and students with disabilities. I also highlight in the dissertation that neoliberal care isn't inevitable. And so I suggest several openings for more just and caring practice. For example, teachers generally rejected formal exclusion and the presence of school police, suggesting that they don't find them to be effective. And in many cases, teachers didn't know what to do and expressed not having alternatives. So I think while it's important to name teachers' racism and ableism that was evident in the data, teachers also didn't know, the fact that teachers didn't know what to do also offers a potential opening for more just and caring action. Moving forward with this work, I'm planning to continue analyzing student focus group data that I collected during my dissertation to highlight their perceptions of school discipline reform and their desires. And I'm hoping to turn this project into a book and plan to submit a book proposal this spring.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Beneke.